Today we're going to go over a Reddit story title. I think I'm losing my husband slowly. So I, 34 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for 11 years. We were high school sweethearts. We were each other's first, and we loved each other very much. We have 2 children together. My second child is 3 years old, and after his birth, things started going downhill in our relationship as I started suffering from depression and had self-body issues and low self-esteem. On the other hand, my husband's business was at an all-time low because of COVID, and he started focusing on it more. I told him about my depression and problems, but he was at that moment caught up in financial problems that he just complimented me and said everything would be fine. Because of my problems, I made very bad choices and had an affair with one of my male friends who complimented me and made me feel like a princess. I know none of these excuses justify my affair, and I know my affair was a terrible choice I made. My affair was for 2 months and was a physical affair. I ended my affair on my own because guilt was really consuming me, and I decided not to tell my husband about it and started to be the perfect wife he deserves. I also started doing independent counseling for my own issues. Before the affair also, my husband took me out on dates and made some time for me, but I think due to my own issues, I didn't see that, and I made those worst choices of my life. Our D-Day was a year ago. My husband found a SEX tape of my affair on my old Mac that was still synced, and I forgot to wipe it off. He was really distraught and numb. He had rage in his eyes. I will never forget it. He asked me questions, and I was upfront and honest about everything, as he warned me if I said even the slightest little lie, he would divorce me. We started reconciling and started marriage counseling. Everything was going great. There were fewer triggers for him. I agreed to his every condition and was so grateful for the second chance he gave it to me. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. My goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the month. I really would appreciate the support. About 2 months ago, he reconnected with an old female friend from our high school, as she was one of his new clients. In high school, she had a crush on him and always admired him. My husband invited her for dinner and we hung out. Apparently, she was single. For about 1.5 months, my husband has started going out to wild parties with her. We were not so outgoing, so this was out of his character. And these parties were like of teenagers, lots of drugs and all. Me and my husband has never done drugs and all. We even never did weed. But from the past month, he has been doing weed, comes home getting high, and sometimes just has a sleepover at her house. I'm really worried that he might be cheating on me with her, and his habits are also changing for worse. What should I do? I have tried talking to him, but he just brushes it off as having some fun. I'm really worried. A Redditor asked OP if the SEX tape itself was something you ever did with your husband, or only with a fair partner. May I also ask if perhaps in the SEX tape or your confession, you were doing anything wilder than things you do with your husband? Lastly, may I ask if you enjoyed SEX more with the AP? OP responded to it with, yes, SEX tape was only with a fair partner, as I was having some excited rush, which I now see as a mistake and a very terrible choice I made. And yes, we did something wild on that SEX tape, which is the only reason we made it. But I never enjoyed SEX with a fair partner. It was just some adrenaline rush that I got. Be sure to like and subscribe as it helps the channel to grow. Comment what you think about the situation below. Thanks for watching.